Hello.
Hey, how's it going? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm doing well. Talk to me about this big fight you got coming up here in a couple days. Are you excited to get back in there?
It really is just a whole wave of excitement, honestly. It's been 4 fights since I've had a crowd. And I'm just looking forward to fighting in front of the crowd, giving the crowd a show, feeling the energy. Nothing against the Apex. Just being outside the Apex is really invigorated me and given me some newfound motivation for this fight camp.
Is that something you really even thought about before fighting in the Apex? Like how much it maybe boosted you with the fans there?
It's kind of, I was really grateful. I was really grateful to still be able to fight and have a job throughout the pandemic. But it was a shift. I was just talking to Nabi and we're saying like, fighting at the Apex is almost like going into the office or training at home, and it's just a different feeling. So I'm really looking forward to the Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk to me about the opponent you got here, Amanda Lemos. You excited about this one? Do you like this matchup?
I think stylistically it is going to lend to Fight of the Night. I am really excited. She likes to bite down on her mouthpiece, stand and bang. And so I think with her style and my style, I'll be able to display all of my tools.
And I guess what do you think is at stake for you here? Is it just kind of getting back in the win column? Is it, starting to push towards a title? Like what's kind of the short-term and long-term goals for you here?
For me, everything is looking up. If you're talking about what's at stake, I'm already winning. I took a step back, being away for so long, and realized that I get to do what I love as a martial artist, step in front of challenges, find out the things that scare me, and challenge myself to overcome those things. And so in that sense, I'm already winning. So there is nothing at stake. I'm going to go out there, be in the moment. Be a true martial artist and enjoy every second of it. It's only 15 minutes, so I gotta soak it up.
Yeah. Now you mentioned the layoff. Do you feel like was that kind of intentional? I know you had maybe an injury right earlier this year.
I did have an injury earlier this year, so not intentional.
Yeah.
But those are kind of the casualties of what can happen as a professional combat athlete. So it's just kind of one of those things that come with the territory. And as fighters, we're stubborn sometimes, and we try to fight through these injuries. And sometimes it pans out, and we're able to. And sometimes it doesn't, and you got to take a step back and take care of the thing that provides.
Back down to 115 for you in this one. Are you cool just kind of bouncing around, or do you hope to kind of just stick at strawweight?
I'm at strawweight. The only reason why I took that fight at 125 was because they needed a last-minute main event, and I was there, and I wasn't going to let that opportunity slip between my fingers, and I thought it was a great matchup, and I really enjoyed myself out there.
Thank you.
Well, mom's in.
Have you ever crossed paths with Amanda at all?
Actually, Amanda used to train with us at Jackson Wings, and this was when she was at 125, so it has been a minute. But I have nothing but respect for Amanda when she came down. There's a certain type of person that has to get along when you come down to Jackson's and train, because it is, it is a Shark Tank, and there's really nothing else to do in Albuquerque but train. So it takes a certain person to come out there and train. And, she got along with the team quite well. So, like I said, nothing but respect for her. But UFC offered that fight for us, and we thought stylistically is a great matchup. So we said yes.
So she was at your gym. How many rounds did you guys get to do together?
Gosh, it was so long ago. Like I said, it was 125. Our paths have, changed and shifted so much from then to now that I think that we're both two completely different fighters.
You mentioned, or some of your training partners at Jackson Wink. I had to just announce it. I'm not hitting on her because that's just how people always take it. But I love one of your training partners, Lydia Warren.
Yes.
So I'm almost, instead of sliding in her DMs, I'm just gonna.
You're gonna slide into her friends.
I'm gonna ask one of her friends. Yeah, I would love to get Lydia Warren on my podcast. But you train with her, and then I've noticed with Jackson Wink, you guys have like a good core group
Yeah.
of like females.
Absolutely.
Who's the next one coming out of Jackson Wink?
I really do. I have seen Lydia turn the corner this past year, and it's, it really has warmed my heart because, I've been in her shoes. I know what it's like to be a young, struggling fighter trying to get my name out there. And, even before she had turned pro, when she was an amateur, she never once batted an eye to give me rounds when I was getting ready for my fights. She comes in and she grinds and she puts in the work, and it's just now starting to, she's just now starting to see the fruits of her labor, and I'm really looking forward to what her career has to offer in these next couple of years.
So I asked Misha this question earlier. A lot of men will always say once they had kids and fighting with kids, it like changes their perspective on fighting a little bit. Did you experience that in your life once you had kids? Did it change like how you looked at fighting?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And I mean, not only did it change the way I looked at fighting, it changed my life, but for the better, because fighting is dangerous, and if it was something that I was gonna do as a career, then I had to make it something worthwhile. And I was raised with the attitude. My dad used to always say, don't talk the talk, walk the walk. Your actions speak louder than words. And I just think that what I'm doing here with my UFC career and reaching for greatness and allowing my daughter to be a part of that journey and having her see not just the good, but the bad and the ugly, I think it's priceless, really, because I think our children need to see us reach for greatness. I think our children, instead of us telling them you can do whatever you want to do in life, I think they need to see us strive for that greatness so that they can go after what they want in their lives.
Thank you.
Michelle, you used to fight at atomweight.
Yeah.
Obviously, that is not a part of the UFC, but there's people talk about here and there. Maybe could the UFC add it one day? What would you like? Do you like to see it started someday?
Absolutely, 100%. this is kind of a theme, like throughout like the interviews this week. Everybody's been asking me, you guys, if you build it, they will come. Like the girls are out there, and they want a platform to show the world, what they do. And there are tons of little feisty girls out there, including myself, that would love to get out there and scrap. And so introduce the weight, and if it's worth my while, like I keep telling people, if you make me like one of the coaches for a tough show and then let me fight for the belt afterwards, I might consider going down. But my husband does enjoy me a little thicker, so we'll see.
Do you keep your eye on that division at all still? Like, do you watch it?
The 105 division?
Yeah, 105.
It's entertaining, man. It really is. And I think that a lot of the girls at 105 contemplate coming up to 115 just so that they could take advantage of the platform that the UFC offers. And so you have to keep your eye. I keep my eye on the 105 division. I keep my eye on the 25 division because, those girls can come up or go down, and, you always have to keep your eyes open for the prospects.
Thank you.
Last one from me. I asked Yair before how he felt about Donald Cerrone retiring, and obviously he's one of your old teammates, someone that you were in the gym with a lot. Did you ever take things away from Donald? Did you get a lot of work with him, and what do you think about him retiring?
Yeah, I'm happy for him because it seems like he's content with his decision. And Donald's actually the one that got me into fighting. Actually, it's my big brother got me into martial arts. But, when I was a young girl working at Hooters, still doing martial arts, he was the one that was like, the story goes, I was a ring girl, and I actually watched him in a local circuit, not him, but the fight card, and I was talking to the promoter, and I asked the promoter, hey, do you guys ever have female fighters? I think I'd be good at this. I've been doing martial arts for over 10 years. And the promoter kind of didn't really take me seriously, and Donald had overheard, came into my work and was like, hey, if you're serious about training, get your ass in the gym. and kind of the one that really introduced me to training and MMA. So, I'll forever be grateful for him. And he's the one that introduced me to Coach Wink and Coach Jackson out in Albuquerque. And now I have a beautiful life with my husband and my daughter in Albuquerque now. So he's done that for a lot of people. He's given people paths for a lot of people.
Yes, for sure. Donald Cerrone, he has like that Kevin Bacon effect in MMA. He has like interactions, and he's tied to everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.